What's up, Pantheon You? It's your girl D, aka Xhill. And I know I've been MIA for a little while, but I've been working and doing my thing, so I haven't had, as much time to record. But today I was on my timeline and I'm going to talk a little bit about the riot that's going on in Baltimore. Even though I don't agree with either party because I'm a non-violent protester, which means I will not at any point in time come into physical contact with anyone while I protest. But I was scrolling down my timeline and this girl gave the address to Sally Mae, and it's based in Baltimore or whatever. And she said something real. She was like, tear up Wall Street, tear up the public market. And I would have to agree with her because I have student loans. And the reason why I agree with her is because as a black woman, we don't receive as many grants and financial aid backing when we go to school. And graduating school for my undergrad, I graduated with $54,000 with student loans. Most of that going to Sally Mae. And I'm in the Forbiddance program or whatever, and I can completely understand that they want their money. But working minimum wage, I can't provide you with $500 every 2 weeks. My check just doesn't work that way. The way I'm accustomed to living doesn't work that way. I have a 1-bedroom apartment and I pay $600 a month in rent, followed by cable, lights, gas, water, food, and I probably make $400 a paycheck, which is $800 a month. And I work crazy hours. But reality is real. If you want to tear up something, tear up white America, tear up corporate America. Because at the same time, you're protesting the violence against police and the brutality to the black community. But let's look at what they're doing to our pockets. For one, black people don't automatically come in to a wealthy society. We're always in the struggle. And the ones who get there and they come accustomed to having and adapting to white America, and I just don't agree with it because you forget where you come from. When you start these major companies and you start working for them or whatever, you forget that they don't support black people. Yeah, they give you a loan, but in the midst of giving you that loan, when you graduate school, they want you to pay back most of that money within the first 5 years of you working. And everyone didn't find a job within the first 5 years. They're most likely still working minimum wage or a job that's barely making ends meet. And you assess these $500, $400, $600 payment plans and say, oh, you can afford it. In reality, you're looking at what I'm making before taxes. You're not looking at what I'm making after taxes. And I have to agree with her. I have to agree with her on that one. If you want to tear up something, Baltimore, tear up Sally Mae's home base. I have to support that. I just go for it. If you're gonna go ahead and get a criminal record, do it. Go for Sally Mae. If you're gonna, Navient, yeah, I talked to y'all on the phone, but y'all filed against my credit report before I even graduated school. I was in school I started school in 2006. You filed against my credit in 2008. I was still a full-time student at the time. So I'm kind of supporting some of this movement that's going on. Another thing I want to say, I am completely nonviolent. And I want to tell everyone, come on, guys. Physical violence against another man is not the way. If you can't sit down and talk about it in a nice adult manner, then maybe it doesn't need to be talked about. We've been going through this injustice for a while, since before slavery, but we have to look at it. A lot of the black people that ended up in slavery in America was sold into slavery by their own. There were African leaders selling, the black men into the white man trade. There's a lot of white men who, if you look back at their families, or a lot of the white women, when you look back into their families were slave owners. So were the free black men. They owned slaves. So I think you really need to take a look into your history, and sometimes you just gotta look at your family history. Was I a free black man owning slaves? Was I a free black woman owning slaves? Most of y'all are gonna come back with the answer yes. But that's just a little bit of what I wanted to talk about today. Guys, hit me up in the comments of what you believe is right and what you believe is wrong. I'll do my best to reply. I'm off for the next couple of days. So, besides sleeping, I'll hit you back. Stay tuned right here. That's Pantheon U E N T. I'm your girl D, aka Xhill. See you later.